What happens with cocaine abuse? In the short term, the user can have escalating dependency on the drug to achieve the high, and so they end up using more and more of the drug to achieve the same effect. This is known as tolerance. This can cause them to become very irritable, though, in the short term, because the quicker the high also implies the quicker the low, and they can come crashing down very quickly and start craving almost immediately. Observations of people who are going through this, the casual observer would see that there's excessive moodiness of this person. They have alternating irritability with times of joy and warmth and comfort. They could have alternating pressured rapid speech with speechlessness. When they're craving, this is a different situation now, and this is their goal-seeking behavior. They can become desperate. Once they've decided they want to obtain the cocaine, they become very much obsessed with that, and people go to great lengths to obtain their drug of choice. So this is evidenced by people disappearing for unknown reasons, lying. They could say they're one place, meanwhile they're somewhere else picking up. So there can be deception, disappearances, and speaking of disappearances, this can also happen when they're actively using, because they're going off to a bathroom or somewhere private where they can use the drug. Over the long term with cocaine abuse, this can affect a person's psychology. So they can become shrouded. They're no longer creative, they're no longer as active as they once were, they lose interest in their activities, relationships start failing, work relationships can fail. This is the same endpoint for most drugs of abuse, not to mention just cocaine. They can have failing relationships with loved ones, they can be withdrawn, and they are no longer the same person they once were. This becomes a spiral, worsening with worsening drug addiction. It becomes a spiral of seeking out their medication, seeking out their drug of choice, and using and disappearing. And so this ends up causing disruption in their normal life routine, disruption in their family and relationships. Finally, chronic cocaine use can affect the body. So this can affect the heart, the lungs, the brain. It can affect the blood flow to the heart. This can cause heart attacks, fatal arrhythmias. There can be some arrhythmias that are not fatal, that are short-term, so a rapid heartbeat, for example. So there's a lot of nasty side effects with prolonged cocaine use. And finally, it can also affect a person's mental health, and this I mean by psychosis. It is a well-known fact that cocaine can cause a psychotic or schizophrenic state where the user loses touch with reality. They become confused, they have delusions, they feel that they're being chased or pursued by other people. They might have hallucinations, usually it's auditory, so they're hearing things that other people aren't hearing. They could also have visual hallucinations. So that is the broad spectrum of what cocaine can cause. In the short term, it can cause changes in their behavior, irritability, mood changes. Over the long term, it can affect their psychology as well, with increased likelihood of psychosis, not to mention anxiety and depression. And as well, it can have long-term side effects on the body, including the heart, the lungs, and can be a cause of death.
If you or a loved one are looking for help with substance abuse, call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-615-1067. A caring addiction advisor is awaiting your call.